It began with a question so simple yet so heavy that it kept millions awake across Pakistan that night: what is happening to our homeland? The screen blinked to life at exactly 1 p.m., and before the first headline even appeared, the anchor's voice echoed in living rooms and on small shop radios alike: "Stay with us, because what you're about to hear matters to every family here." At the heart of this story is Amina, a young journalist from Quetta whose voice you'd recognize if you listened to the 1 p.m. Dunya headlines. She wasn't just reading words on a teleprompter, each headline was personal. Her older brother, Bilal, had gone missing months ago while serving in a remote border post in Baluchistan. At home, her mother folded her prayer beads over and over, whispering for his safe return. And every time Amina reported, 197 militants eliminated, the words felt hollow, because she knew this number meant lives were ending, and somewhere a mother or father was praying for peace. When the news broke about the latest attack in Baluchistan, her heart sank. Local communities were again caught in the crossfire, families uprooted, and children afraid to sleep through the night. Amina stayed late at the newsroom, poring over updates, talking to commanders, listening to terrified voices from far-flung towns. It wasn't just about reporting, it was about giving a name back to fear, a face to loss, and most importantly, a voice to hope. But the headlines weren't limited to conflict. Another story dominated discussions in bazaars and on buses across Karachi and Lahore: the rising petrol prices. Drivers were tightening belts, rickshaw-wallahs were calculating fares in their heads, and mothers like Shazia in Gwadar watched her husband count rupees at the pump, wondering how they would afford school supplies this year. Amina knew that petrol prices were more than a number, they were people's lunches, children's uniforms, and dreams of a better tomorrow. Then came the international tension that made world maps flash across screens: the fragile standoff between the United States and Iran. Conversations went beyond politics, families worried about the safety of Pakistani workers abroad, students studying in Tehran, and the price of everyday goods at home. Amina's friend Raza, studying engineering at NED University, stayed up late messaging her: "Do you think this world will ever stop fighting?" His words were simple but carried the weight of a generation that wanted peace more than anything else. Despite the heaviness of the news, Amina found moments that reminded her why she chose this path. There was the schoolteacher in Panjshir who reopened classes under a mango tree after the local school building was damaged. There was the shopkeeper in Turbat who gave free tea to families waiting for safe transport home. There was the young volunteer, Mayor, organizing book drives so children displaced by conflict could continue to learn. These moments weren't in the headlines, but they were the heart of the story. As the camera rolled that afternoon, Amina spoke directly to her viewers, not as a distant anchor but as someone who lived the same fears and shared the same hopes. "If you've stayed with us this far, I want to thank you," she said, her voice steady but warm. "Your likes and your subscriptions help us bring these stories to light. They help our team reach farther, ask the harder questions, and hold on to hope even when the weight feels heavy." Viewers felt it too, that pull to stay connected, to be informed, and to be part of the solution. Comments poured in: "Your voice gives us courage. I see my own struggles in these stories." And with every like and subscribe, Amina felt the community grow, people not just watching, but caring. By the end of the broadcast, the tension eased, and what remained was something inspiring: the resilience of ordinary people in extraordinary times. Amina closed with a message that wasn't just about headlines, but about humanity: "We report the challenges so we can celebrate the solutions."